Welcome to Up In Smok'd Podcast. I'm here with Valeria Vulpe.
You are.
Thanks for coming, Valeria.
Thanks so much for having me.
And do I say it right? Is it
You said it perfectly.
just exactly how you told me that it rhymes with malaria?
Yeah, don't say that.
No, don't say it. Otherwise, we're going to call you Valeria Malaria.
Yeah. Yeah, people have sometimes heard malaria when I say Valeria. And I'm surprised at how willing they are to believe that's a real name.
It is like it is.
Malaria.
But you get all sorts of names these days. I guess just none named after diseases generally.
Yeah, but people are willing. I think people are ready for a name.
They're ready for it.
They're ready for it. Yeah.
Well, you know what to name your first kid?
Not that.
So before getting you on a secret, because I've seen you do comedy, I loved what you were doing. It's all proper deadpan, long face stuff. That's the right way to describe it.
Kind of what came out naturally and it worked, so I just stuck with it. But I would say that I, in real life, throw in some comments that are very deadpan and then they actually meant to be humorous.
And you ever find that difficult on stage? Because once you started, you've got to keep it up, don't you? You can't be serious and suddenly start laughing your ass off at just stuff. So do you ever get when they're laughing hysterically, you know what you said was really funny and you've got to sit there and be like, that's serious days.
Yeah, it's happened. And sometimes I break a bit and I think that's funny too. Like to see that someone is breaking this barrier. It can be funny to people. I don't like burst out in full laughter, but I'll sneak in a smile here and there.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Just let them know that you this is an act. And I do find it fun. I'm not serious. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, sometimes things happen in the audience where it would be weird if I didn't find that fun.
Okay, so you do much crowd work?
I do a bit, not much, but I do some.
But do you keep that persona up? Do you keep the...
Yeah, with the yeah, I do. But sometimes I can't.
And is there a comedian who you kind of style yourself upon, or that you look up to that's got that kind of style?
Many comedians I admire. I don't think I intentionally chose to emulate their style. But like some comedians that I've seen that I really like their style are, the classics like Mitch Hedberg, Stephen Wright. It's like a one-liner PE, very bright.
Is that your favorite comedian, do you say? Or...
Well, they're classics. They're the comedians that when I saw them, I was like, oh, I didn't know you could do comedy like that. So that's when kind of I got the idea that maybe I could do it.
Okay,
Because if I don't think being very conversational or very high energy on stage would ever be my style. So when I saw that I don't have to be that, I thought, oh, maybe I'll.
Okay, and you're from Moldova. Is there much comedy going on in Moldova?
There is now, not much, but there's more and more, I feel like, all over Europe, including Eastern Europe. Not a lot.
Not a lot.
Like growing up, I remember there was like one comedian.
One comedian? It was got all the work?
Yeah, he was the comedian.
The comedian of the country.
Yeah. And then I remember there were some Russian comedians, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4, like in the Soviet Union and then popular in all ex-Soviet countries. But I don't remember much comedy other than that. And now recently there's, more young people. Which...
Yeah, so it's getting bigger then. So you think because there wasn't much comedy, that's why you decided that you should leave Moldova in search of a comedy career?
No, when I left Moldova, I didn't think about comedy at all. I left Moldova 20 years ago.
Oh, it was 20 years ago?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So where did you... You went to New York, but that wasn't 20 years ago?
No, I lived in many different places. But initially, I went to the States, just different parts of the U.S. So I studied there, then I worked there, I had a career that has nothing to do with comedy. And then...
What was that career?
I was a data scientist.
Data scientist? Very cool.
Is it?
But is it not? I mean, I was always actually really curious with that, but I just didn't bother doing all the study.
No, it's interesting. It's interesting. I don't know if I would use the word cool.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
And then what? You were doing in the middle of a lot of data science results one day and thought, I want to write jokes with this.
Yeah.
Yes?
Something like that. I've done it for, like a decade. So
a decade, you didn't already far. And where did you start doing that in the States?
The data science thing?
No, the comedy.
Oh, the comedy? I started in New York.
In New York.
Yeah.
10 years ago.
No. 10 years of data science.
Oh, 10 years data science. Okay, cool. Now I get it. Okay, sorry, I got lost. So 10 years you did data science, then you said, fuck this.
It's enough.
You still do business?
I look at the clock and I'm like, I think it's enough.
You just had done enough of it, and then you thought, what else can I do? What was it? Was it like a moment of, this isn't who I want to be, this data science woman? I want to be like that guy in Moldova, the comedian guy.
That is a guy. It was a mix of things. I had done other things similar to comedy before. I did the improv. I used to write. So I wanted to do creative things. I just didn't know what. And then I had this stand-up idea before, but then I thought I couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then one day I tried and I liked it and I just stopped.
You say you used to write. Was it comedy you're writing, or books, or what were you doing?
I used to write poetry and short prose, but it was all a bit humorous. It was always really humor left.
Comedy, would you say?
No, it was more like short essays, like vignettes of things that happened.
Okay.
Life.
Just that I actually had a joke about prose comedy.
I don't know what prose comedy is.
It doesn't exist. No, I'd never heard of prose poetry.
Prose poetry?
Yeah, I'd never heard of it, and I did a poetry. I signed up for this creative writing course once, and I didn't know that means poetry. I thought it was just like, where you draw the fancy letters and stuff. And I didn't want to look stupid, so whenever they come in, I realized it was poetry. I just kind of sat through the class, and then the tutor said, right, everyone write a poem. You get 10 minutes. Here's your subject. And I thought, okay, cool. I can fill this up. I could see everyone else was really into the poetry, and I just wasn't interested at all. But I was there now. I was going to sit through it. So I thought, right, cool. I can do this here. And then she goes, oh, before you do it, can you make a prose poem? And I didn't know what the that was, did I? So I had to put my hand up. So I was going to try and wing it, and I was looking around everyone else, and I put my hand up, and I said, I don't know what a prose poem is. And then she goes, oh, that's okay. Like, but the way she said it, it was like a stupid. And then she goes, that's okay. A prose poem is a poem that doesn't rhyme. And immediately in my head, I was like, what the f***? I mean, like, I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure a poet's got like one job, right? And that's to make things rhyme.
That's not true.
Well, but for me it was. And I was like, so how do you even do that? How do I write stuff that doesn't rhyme and then call it a poem? I'm just writing stuff. I didn't get it. And then I thought about, can I just do this in comedy? Just do like a prose comedy where you just talk about stuff, but it's not funny. I just, because I've got loads of jokes and people just don't laugh at all. I've got loads of those, So yeah, I'd never heard of it before then. And I think I was like, 35 or something. No, it was more, even 30. I'd never heard. You didn't do poetry properly in school. Or else I wasn't listening in school. I don't know.
Well, poetry is not a very popular sheet, so...
No, it probably isn't, yeah.
No, yeah.
So you did a bit of prose poetry then?
No, I did prose and poetry, but my poems didn't rhyme. Yeah.
So when you say you did prose, but it's not poetry, what was it? Prose?
I used to just, write things. Like...
See, I still don't get it. I don't know what you mean. Tell me about prose. Well, give me an example of a prose that you wrote.
Well, you write, like, let's say mine were autobiographical. So I would write about, what happened today. A story. Like, let's say I would write about how I came here to see you and the funny things that happened here.
But it's not a prose, it's just story, isn't it? Or just like
a short story, yeah.
Okay, so a short story is a prose?
Yeah, prose is anything that isn't poem.
But then she was saying do this with prose. So this is you have prose poetry as well?
Well, prose poem is kind of, I don't know. It's not such a used term. Like, all poetry that's currently written almost doesn't rhyme. The world has moved on from rhymes.
I think I'm more confused now about it than I was before. So I'm going to have to go and revisit that.
Sorry. Or you can just not, just...
Yeah, life won't change if I don't. Yeah, I just get on with my life, forget our prose.
Too many things to know about. Yeah.
Too many other things. Yeah, if anything never says me about prose, I don't want to know.
You can
don't
just
tell me about
move on and, don't worry.
So you did some prose writing, and then you thought, I'm writing stuff here that isn't funny. Why don't I try writing stuff that's funny?
Yeah, something like that. Well, I had the idea of doing stand-up, I think, a decade ago. But then I tried a course and I did like the graduation show and I was super nervous.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really know how to go about writing stand-up even though I did that course. So I just dropped the whole idea. But I had the idea before.
Okay.
You know, it's been
Was that how
in my
you did
head.
a stand-up course?
Yeah.
And you were doing it and then you dropped it before you did the end bit? Or?
No, I didn't drop it. I just dropped this idea. Like I
Oh.
finished the course and I was like, okay, well that was that.
Mm.
So yeah, I didn't do any Nikki.
And what was the you dropped that you didn't like?
It was a very scary thing to go on stage.
Yeah. Oh, so not it wasn't the material. I thought you meant like you didn't like the material. You didn't like going on the stage.
Yeah, I didn't like going on stage and I didn't like what I wrote. I mean, I didn't.
What did you write? Tell me.
I don't even remember.
Oh, is
I
that right?
remember that someone, I kept telling all my classmates that I don't know what to write, and I think someone offered to write for me. And I think he like wrote copy set.
Oh, cool.
And as I said, I don't like performing other people's lines, so I didn't really enjoy that.
But that's it. If you the ironic thing is, if you do really well in comedy, then you get to the point for someone else writing your jokes, and you just say it.
Really?
You've got like your own TV show. Someone's writing your stuff. You get to get all the friends, say things, everyone's laughing. Did you ever see?
I don't have that problem yet.
We call him James Corden when he did the Ricky Gervais joke. Did you see that one?
No.
So I don't know if you know the joke of it. You ever watched Ricky Gervais?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So he's got the show where he talks about people being offended by stuff. Like you post something on Twitter and someone comes along and says, "Oh, I don't like that" or whatever. He said, "That's fine. This isn't for you." He said it's the equivalent of when a guy walking through a town square and he sees an advertisement and it says guitar lessons, and then someone's phone number. He takes off one with, "I don't want guitar lessons." So that's Ricky Gervais' joke. And then James Corden done with his show word for word, because one of his writers has either stitched them up completely or f***ed up and watched Ricky Gervais thinking no one else knows who Ricky Gervais is.
Wow.
And just literally ripped it off word for word, give it to James Corden to say on the stage. Oh no, Craig, you guys, yeah.
Well,
Even if you're at that level, yeah, when you're big.
I don't have that problem yet, so
But you will at some point. At some point, someone's going to be sitting saying, Valeria Vulpe is expecting all this really dry, dead-on stuff.
yeah.
You know, how am I going to write this? So, yeah.
They're gonna have to go and do an internship in Moldova,
Yeah.
find out what it is to be a Moldovan, then
Moldovan humor, yeah.
then immigrate to America and find out what it's like to be an immigrant from Moldova in America. Then there's a lot of stuff they gotta do.
To really tap into
Yeah.
who you are, yeah. Moldovans in general, what are they like? Are they bubbly people? Are they deadpan?
They're not bubbly people.
They're not bubbly people?
No. No, I think the first impression is that they are like upset.
Please and thank you in Moldova.
We do, but we don't say as many thank yous as you guys
Is over here,
who are
yeah.
Americans. You are wasting all those thank you. Maybe I do because I'm also westernized, but we definitely as a culture don't say as many thank yous. And we definitely don't say thank you so much. You know how here I overheard people at restaurants, like the waiter brings the food and people are like, thank you so much.
Yeah.
And I'm like, reserve that for a favor, for
Yeah,
like
yeah,
something
exactly.
major. Thank you inflation. And I'm not against thank yous.
A
but
thank you inflation?
Yeah, there's a thank you inflation.
What a fascinating
People are given A's, let's say, because
There was what? Give him what?
A's.
Is, yeah. Is that in Moldova
That's
as well?
called grade inflation. No, that's more in the States.
Okay.
So like when I was in university there, they kept talking on feed inflation.
Yeah, okay.
So I think there's a thank you inflation where we're using thank you so much for very banal things.
Yeah.
Like what do you say when someone gives you a kidney?
Yeah.
That's thank you so much.
That's thank you so much. Well, yeah, you would say thank you so much for this kidney that you just spared. Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever see Louis C.K.?
Oh yeah.
He does this really funny bit where he talks about how we it's a similar kind of concept, but he's talking about people who inflate, I think it's the word amazing,
Oh yeah,
where he said like,
it's amazing.
yeah, you're amazing. He said, oh, those wings are amazing. He's like, they're amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
you've all got to use me. What's going to happen? Well, how are you going to describe something that's actually, I mean, the way you describe it is true. So
Yeah, it's the same.
we are exaggerating the value that certain things are bringing. You're right. If someone brings your stuff, because like what he says is whenever the friend said to the other friend, I seen this woman's day, and he goes, oh, that is amazing. And laughs. He goes, no, it's not amazing. It just happened. You should just say, that happens. No, that's it. And that's it. It happened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
So it's been amazing to have you so far today.
Thank you so much.
Well, here, so I was looking into Moldova, for the sake of this conversation. ChatGPT gave me some stuff. ChatGPT is just amazing. I mean, the problem with ChatGPT is it does get things wrong.
Yeah, you gotta double check.
You gotta double check because it can give you actual false information, not just false, but the opposite of what's true. It can tell you that. So like I was doing a drama class and I was playing a character. I was playing a doctor, and I had to write a summary about my character, and I couldn't be bothered reading the whole script yet. So I asked ChatGPT to tell me the character summary. And it summarized tells me that this doctor was an example of integrity and a great role model for doctors at the time. But the one thing I did know about the character I was playing is that I'm about to screw over and kill this disabled woman. So I said to ChatGPT, are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure at the end of this, I'm going to like trick this girl and then murder her. And then it come back to you as, good point. Check again. You are a killer. You're not a nice guy and you're not integral. Like, it's a good thing I didn't stand up in the class. You go, yeah, so the character I'm playing is this integral guy. So, based on that, what it's given me is a little game. But I don't know if I can say the words.
Let's try.
The game is Moldovan or made up. Okay? And you tell me if this is a real Moldovan food or not. Let's see how this goes.
Okay.
Zima?
Zam.
What is it?
It's a soup, a chicken soup.
Well done. 1 point. It can cure heartbreak, hangovers, and corruption.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Hangovers, for sure. Corruption?
Ready to give that to the go?
Yeah, let's give it a try. I don't know.
Yeah, so there's some people could do with that there. Maybe Putin could do with some of that.
Yeah.
Placenta.
Placenta. Yeah.
Placenta. I think of placenta. What's placenta? Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
It's
Placenta.
similar.
It's it. Oh, it's yes.
Similar, the word.
Oh, the word similar, but it doesn't taste. Yeah, it's basically with Moldova.
The placenta.
Every Moldovan granny claims to make better than everyone else's. Does your granny make the best placenta?
Well, she's dead, but
Is she?
I think my mom makes better ones.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I think, yeah.
Better than your granny
Get it
is. But she's not. She'll defend herself.
Yeah.
You know. So that's true. Kartov bomba.
Kartof bomba. Yeah. That's a real thing. Probably a Romanian thing, not a Moldovan thing.
Well, you're wrong.
Potatoes. What is it?
Well, this is kind of like a trick question because Kartov is potatoes, all right? Bomba is just bomb. So it's, no, totally fake.
Is that a
Potato
Russian
bomb.
thing?
Sounds like something you'd regret ordering after 2 a.m. I don't know what it means. So that should be. So GPT trying to be fine.
Yeah, I thought maybe it's a Romanian thing because they have a lot of weird foods.
ChatGPT tries on the comedy, but it's just not quite there yet.
No.
Scrumby the Trotter.
What?
Scrumby the Trotter.
Scumbi?
Yeah.
Is that like the salted fish, pickled fish?
Oh, he said he made it up. I thought like he's a person. Sidewalk herring.
Yeah,
I think
herring is but
the herring bit is correct. So what he's done here is he's taken real words just to trip
Yeah.
you up. He's taken real words and added on to something that isn't a proper one. So Mama Liga Ninja.
No, it's not.
It's not yet. So you can add it.
Liga is a thing, but yeah.
Frigoreri.
Frigoli, that's just barbecue.
Grilled meat skewers, also known as Dad's entire personality at a barbecue.
Wow, he's trying to be funny now.
That's a very funny again, but it worked.
Yeah.
Does that make you laugh?
A little bit.
Shiftel.
Tiftele.
Shiftele.
Tiftele.
And that is fried meatballs. The national currency of childhood snacks. ChatGPT, again, it's trying to be witty. They're getting wittier, aren't they? Like they do.
They try.
You know the problem with ChatGPT as well? See, if I ask it something, it'll tell me an answer and it brings up my ego. See, oh, that's such a good question, Lee. Does yours do that?
Yeah.
And then at the end it goes, hey, while we're at it, should we also check this? And I'm like, fuck yeah, I've got a friend. And then I'm like, yeah, let's try this, buddy. And then you tell them something else, and then before you know it, your night is passing by, you're just talking to AI.
Yeah.
Did you get that?
Yeah, like, I mean, I haven't passed the night with AI, but
I haven't yet.
not yet. But I find it that it's overly polite and very encouraging.
Yeah.
At least the American ones. So now I'm curious to try the Chinese one. What kind of personality?
Yeah, it wouldn't be. He would be less warm.
I think so.
Yeah. How would we get that one? It's still the same one, but you log in and say you're Chinese, so...
No, it's available. I think you just try it. I don't know why I haven't.
But the Chat AI, Chang AI, or...
DeepSeek, for example.
DeepSeek. Is that what that is? The Chinese one? Okay. Yeah, so I've lost some time in the past just chatting to the AI, and it's because it fuels me and it keeps asking more questions. I keep answering, and then between us we come up with ideas and projects and stuff. But it's kind of sad as well. That's gonna be our future friends, but it's gonna be an actual robot, and you're like, "Hey, buddy," and then you ask it the question, and it keeps the conversation going. Do you know that I read this here that because of please and thank you inflation, but if that's a real thing, or you made that up just now. But
I made it up.
You made it works. I just want to take off. I guess it'll be the trend that comes out of this podcast. Okay, so this please and thank you inflation, AI apparently spends
Oh yeah, I saw that.
10 million or something like there per year just on please and thank yous. But it's them who needs to realize that they're a robot and not the sponsor of please and thank you related.
Yeah, I don't know why we're being so nice to AI.
It's true, but yeah, because whenever I drove here today and get out of my car and say, thanks, mate.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I should.
Mm.
You ever think that?
To think works or
Your car?
my car? I don't have a car, but I wouldn't thank it. No. No.
Certainly, maybe that's the thing we should do. The more please and thank yous according to the religious studies, the better your life is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
So then inflation is a good thing then.
Yeah, I mean, it brings positivity. Apparently, it's good for the brain. Please and thank yous. When you say and you show gratitude, apparently it's the key to life.
Yeah, but how much gratitude, you know? I feel like
Apparently it's not too much.
we're misplacing gratitude.
No, I think we just need to find another level that we can go whenever but then it's going to keep inflating, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we did find this new level where we bow, like for example, we get on our knees and you bow. Soon that's going to be the thing. Someone gives you a crisp and they're, oh mate, can you get down?
It so happened to Japan. They bow into everything.
They bow for the...
They bow. I've never been there, but I've seen Japanese events.
Yeah,
There's a lot of bowing.
I suppose that we all do the same thing. So over here, what we do is we call someone a legend.
Oh.
For no revelation. Should I even call him a legend? I mean, legend's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
I think the comedian does a whole joke. Oh, I know. Eric does the whole thing like, is it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure for the crisps and they open the art and they go legend and something like that.
Legend. Yeah.
So yeah, legendary status is a lot easier to achieve now. But back then you had to and fight off a dragon.
And then die. And then after.
Then you become a legend in your death. Now it's bringing fists to up table. A legend.
Yeah.
Okay, facts about Moldova.
Shouldn't I be quizzing you on that? Why are you quizzing me?
Maybe that one of, I shouldn't be expecting to know these answers. Oh, maybe in some ways I should, because you could argue the point. Why did not look into Moldova when you're speaking down Moldova? Okay, do you want to quiz me on it?
Let's try.
I won't remember any of the stuff.
Let's see. Okay.
It might be the other side. I might have gone to the wrong side.
No.
Was it ever any questions? They're facts.
Yeah.
Well, give me a fact. Hold on.
Okay.
I just realized I can't ask you because they're just facts or information I can ask you about, okay?
Okay.
So, for example, Moldova has one of the fastest population decline rates in the world due to immigration and low birth rates.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why is that? What's happened there?
Well, I can't comment on the low birth rates, but I can comment on immigration. People are leaving, like from any country with not... And people have been leaving for a while.
Well, what is it, the weather or what would you say?
Is it the weather?
That's why I left Ireland, is the weather.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I moved to England for the weather.
But England's weather is not top-notch.
You haven't been to Ireland? Have you?
I have on the only sunny weekend ever. It was so sunny that they declared the code yellow because it was too hot. But it was like 30 degrees.
But you know what's ironic is that Ireland was the second country in the world to declare a climate emergency.
Wow. Is it too hot for them?
No, I think the sun got up past the clouds one day and it was all like, what the? What's that? Like, see, the climate emergency is real. So we're the second country in the world to declare the climate emergency.
Who was first?
So, this all came after, what do you call the girl from Sweden?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Greta.
Greta Thunberg.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in Ireland, we call her Greta No Thunberg. Because she changed everything. But we were all excited. This is true, right? We were really excited. I remember hearing about it at school. We watched the video and they were talking about the global warming. And we were like high-fived. We were really excited because it showed you what the temperature was going to be in 2010 or something. Yeah. And Ireland was going to have the weather that Spain had then. Well, what? This is amazing. It's exciting, We're all using the CFC sprays and stuff trying to get the global warming going. And then Greta Thunberg shows up and then she's all like, global warming. And then we declare a climate emergency. Then it was all like cutting things out and all that. And that's why we don't like her. Because she's trying to stop the global warming, which we're all completely behind.
Yeah.
We're great supporters of it. And that's why we like Donald Trump in Ireland,
You do?
Not me personally, no. No, they are he's got a big fan base over there because that's why. Because if anyone's going to cause global warming, it's Donald Trump.
I see.
But all this there, if it is nuclear war, I don't know where they got the nuclear war from. I mean, they never even mentioned that, so I don't want to put ideas in his head. So cut that bit out. Yeah. So what else? Yeah, so the shrinking, we said, it's interesting, you're similar to us. So Ireland, we've got 5 million people in the whole of Ireland, 25 million Irish passports out of Ireland. We all left because of our potatoes. You also eat a lot of potatoes.
We do.
So you personally?
I love potatoes.
You love potatoes, yeah. So Moldovans eat a lot of potatoes, often in a party traditional dishes like zima, the one we talked about. Ziama, chicken soup, and placenta. You stuff potatoes into your placenta?
Yeah, it's a pie stuffed with potatoes.
Potato pie?
It's not really a pie. It's very thin. But yeah, carbs on carbs.
That is something we don't have. Because I used to love potato sandwiches. So that was carbs on carbs.
Yeah.
Or even chips and potato sandwiches.
Oh wow.
Garden sauce. And so that's something I gotta try is this placenta. Oh yeah, I would actually like one over there.
It's really good.
Maybe I'd be one of the people going that direction instead of art.
You would be a hero.
I could try and be the second
Become a
ingredient.
national hero.
Yeah, that'd be the second ingredient of Moldova.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there you go. So we're actually very similar, Moldovans and Irish.
We're the same.
We're pretty much the same.
Blue cousins.
Similar accents. We could be cousins.
Yeah.
Is Moldova, because it's very small, you got like, you talked to this, didn't you? You got 20% more than us. You got 2.4 or 5 million people in your country.
Yeah.
We got 199. So there's more of you.
What about?
Does that mean you're all like related and stuff?
Not so much. And I don't know how. I think we've been occupied so many different times that we're all very mixed.
Oh, you mixed up then, yeah.
Yeah.
See, in Ireland, we got 1.9 million, and we are all this.
Yeah.
We're all of us. We all know each other.
We haven't been occupied enough.
I think we've been occupied. Where I'm from, Northern Ireland, we've been occupied. We're occupied now.
Yeah, but
By name?
by people
Yeah.
similar to you. You need to be occupied by people who are different.
So well, we were occupied by the English.
Yeah, they're very similar.
Who occupied you? The Russian?
The Russians, the Ottomans, the
Oh,
yeah.
I think the most invaded country in the world is England, isn't it?
Is it?
I think so.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I read that fact somewhere. I don't know how much it was true. I didn't research it, but I just went with it.
Is
Pretty
it
sure
Yeah.
England's the most invaded country in the world.
Really?
Because you know what's funny is Irish people, they're angry at the English for invading them, but I mean, the Irish used to invade the English regularly. In fact, that's how we got St. Patrick. We stole him from the English.
Oh.
Because he was Roman. He was a Roman slave in England, and we went over, and while we were ransacking a village of some kind, we took him to Ireland. Then he escaped, came back to teach us about Catholicism and why he was there. If he chased all the snakes out of Ireland.
Oh wow.
I don't know how he done that. He had some kind of big snake repellent spot.
I hope we got a big thank you for that.
I don't know if we're not big on thank yous in Ireland.
No?
No, we're not big on thank yous. Are we? Oh, we do. We do. You know what? We are actually the biggest inflation. You know why? We actually say thanks a million.
Oh wow, a million.
Yeah, so to save all so much and stuff, we put a number on it. We say
There's
thanks.
not even 2 million of you. If you're thanking a million.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, thanks a million. That's how much we thank you. Just for like if someone holds the door open.
Yeah.
Thanks a million, mate. Thanks a million. I mean, that's how much gratitude you have for that act of kindness.
A very low bar, but thankful gratitude.
We're very similar in that way. You're incredibly green. See, we're the same thing here. Moldova is a landlocked country, but full of rolling hills, vineyards, and rivers with a temperate continental climate. So it's very so you're locked in, unlike us. But rolling hills, vineyards, we don't have though. So
Yeah.
so you've actually got like, was it the biggest vineyard?
No, the biggest seller. Biggest wine seller.
That's written here somewhere as well, but I can't see it. Oh yeah, home to the world's largest wine cellar, Milisi Michi, with nearly 2 million bottles and over 200 kilometers of tunnels. What? 2 kilometers of tunnels?
Yeah.
So how come I've never seen Moldovan wine in London?
That's a good question. I also don't know.
Would it be this? Would it be a case of where you might have lots of wine, but none of us any do?
No, we actually.
I'm not saying it. I mean, that's not how you saying it there. I was wondering if that's...
No. That makes sense. The
Make your
question. Yeah, I think that was true maybe 20 years ago. But now we have a lot of good wine. But we say we export, but I don't know where. I don't know where.
You know, yeah, where's it been exported to? Romania?
I think a lot to Romania. Yeah.
Is it bigger?
What?
Is Romania bigger?
Oh, much bigger.
Much bigger, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, if I was ahead of the game here and looking at it sooner, I would have got us some Moldovan wine for today.
I would have brought some if I had some, but since it's not being exported here,
You have a breakaway region with your own currency, Transnistria.
Transnistria, yeah.
You ever been there?
Once.
How was it?
Weird. Yeah, they have like a... It looks stuck in time, you know, you have a Lenin monument in the center of the city.
Are the people weird?
I didn't really talk to
You
you.
didn't have some, no. Did they find you weird, baby?
Maybe, I don't know. I think there's all sorts of people. Like I know people that have family there, but yeah, the whole political situation is very weird. Like you're crossing a border and you get stopped, but it's like still Moldova, but it's not much. I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah, so not for you then. You wasn't going to
Absurd.
there.
No.
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 But then, so you, I think I saw my in Moldova. I just found that really interesting to know that you love potatoes and you're green. So we're the same.
It's the same as Ireland.
We're the same. So, but then you decided that you were going to go and live in New York. I'm not sure if I understood the timeline now, but was that a year ago?
So I've been there. I moved there 2 years
And how you find New York?
on the map.
That
Sorry.
was a ChatGPT line of joke there. Come on.
Terrible. I know. No, I love New York and I hate New York, and I think that's a normal ambivalence.
So you live in New York, but you're here now for how long?
I've been here about 3 weeks and I'm leaving in 2 weeks. I've kind of been floating around for a few months now.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Did you not be embarrassed?
I was here in January, and then I went back to New York.
Oh,
Way back.
okay.
Yeah.
And why are you going between them both? You're trying to decide which one you like best, or
Something like that. I'm trying to see where I should live next. I don't know if it's New York or somewhere else.
what's the deciding factor on that?
I don't even know.
You know, you don't know what you're looking for.
Yeah,
You just
like
know-
I'm looking for some divine inspiration.
Okay, that sounds like me whenever I go shopping. I don't even know what item Toby is looking for. I just
Yeah.
go up around, look
Well,
at stuff.
sometimes I open the fridge and I don't know what I want when.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just know you want to consume something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so right now you're kind of shopping London and New York.
hmm
And you could just live in New York, or is that illegal?
I'm American now, so yeah.
How are you American now?
Because I've lived there 15 years.
And how do you get a visa? Well,
Initially as a student, and then I was working, and then I got a green card, and then I got it.
Oh, I thought it was really hard to get that. Now you're fine. They're an American resident.
Citizen.
American citizen. Yeah, because you can just stay there as long as you want.
Well, I don't know what Trump
You don't have
decides.
United. Oh, he might change his mind, say no Moldovans.
I don't know, but yeah, I have a citizenship.
Because that's the kind of thing that you might see, you know, he signs the things.
Yeah.
I'll be like, just no Moldovans. No more Moldovans. There you're out.
Totally something you could do. I don't know.
And how are you finding America then since all that happened, since the youth situation?
It's strange. It's strange times. I mean,
Yeah, you see any actual difference, or it just be strange now?
well, it's on everybody's mind, right? New
Yeah.
York is a very liberal place, predominantly liberal. I'm sure there's conservatives. I just don't know them.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a certain vibe in the air of like the day after the elections, everyone was walking on the street with an Eastern European face, like upset.
See, it's good that you said that. You're Eastern.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can say
so you can actually say that because so that's going to be the new term for whenever I come in and when the staff look happy, unhappy, I'm like, why did you get the Eastern European face?
Yeah.
No, I can't say it though. I'm not allowed to it. No, no.
You can just say Moldovan. I give you permission.
What's that?
You can say Moldovan.
You authorize me?
Yeah.
So okay. So with your permission, I would say what's with the Moldovan?
Yeah. See,
Ha.
I can't speak for all of Eastern Europe, but
So well, no, but at least as long as someone has said I'm allowed to do it, then I'm allowed to say why the Moldovan face, and they'll be like, oh, you know, family, all this. Oh, no need to be all Moldovan about it. Move on.
yeah.
Music and dance are deeply rooted into your into Moldova. Do they have Moldovan bars in America?
No.
No, is there such a thing?
No.
Do you drink there apart from wine?
I mean, we have bars, but they aren't Moldovan bars.
You don't have a place where you all do your
The dancing?
Kobsta and now. See, it's a pan flute. I don't know what a pan flute is, but it sounds like they're doing Irish stuff. The Energetic National Dance Fora.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What does it look like?
It's like people holding hands and in a circle.
Oh, okay, yeah. Like line dancing, kind of.
Well, it's not. It's
Oh, no, you all
circle.
face each other.
It's a circle. It's not a line, but yeah, it's a group dance, and we dance that still at family gatherings or like big parties.
But there's not, so you don't get to enjoy your culture in America. Like in most, in New York especially, there's all these like communities, aren't there? There was like the Irish and the Italian and
Yeah,
Asian areas. So no Moldovans.
there are. I think in New Jersey a lot of Moldovans.
But you avoid them, do you?
I'm not really. I've never been to any.
You don't care, do you?
I do care, but I don't know. I don't know why I haven't been invited. I don't know.
No, they just off. Oh, there she is.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's a very first move to London. Everyone was telling me, "Oh, go to Kilburn. That's where all the Irish are." I'm like, "Don't want to see Irish people." I'm from Ireland. There's loads of Irish people there. I come to London. I want to see new stuff and meet new people. And then I lived once in Archway. As well as you kind of homeless Irish people there, and then once they hear your accent when they ask you for a pound, oh mate, I'm from Dublin or whatever, give me a pound, give me a pound. I said, f***ing hell, man. You know, still we're from the same country doesn't mean I owe you money. So
Yeah.
that's why I sound brutal, man, because that I'd say. But yeah, I just I don't think you need to find your own people when you go to somewhere new.
Yeah.
You've done okay so far without hanging out with Moldovan.
No, I'm happy to meet Moldovans, especially because I've been living abroad for 20 years, so it's not like I don't know other people. Like I'm pretty integrated or whatever that means. So I'm always happy to meet Moldovans, but they're not so many as you saw.
Well,
There's very
Yeah, there is only, well, the 2.4 million of you in the country, so I
Yeah.
wonder how many are out of the country.
nobody knows.
No one knows
No,
why they're all legal.
I just think they didn't count them when they left. You know, they left.
They just let them slip out.
I don't know if all of them still have passports.
Yeah.
I mean, like having an Irish passport is kind of more useful than having a Moldovan passport.
People always say the Irish passport is useful, but I never really understand what they mean by that.
You can work in the EU if you want it.
Okay, so right now, because the UK has
Yeah.
sabotaged themselves and broken
Yeah.
away from the EU, now I get it for right now. People have always said that the Irish passport's a useful one, but for me, they're all equally useful. You go to your country and they stamp you and you go in. I don't see the difference whether it's a British passport, because I'm allowed to get both right in Ireland.
Yeah, so there didn't used to be a difference. I think
You do much traveling apart from America?
do a lot of travel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of my travel year
This is your travel year.
for 2 years. I don't know how long.
Where have you been or where are you going?
I was in February. I was in the Philippines.
Oh, cool.
And
I was
I was
very-
in Brazil. It was very fun. I really liked it.
Yeah, I've never been. I've been in Thailand and Malaysia, never been to Philippines.
Very warm people. Very un-Eastern Yorkie.
I'm very friendly and warm, yeah.
Very nice. Like just genuinely very kind to tourists and happy
Yeah.
to see them. And yeah.
Yeah, I worked with a lot of Filipino people years ago. I worked in a cruise ship, and they're really smiley and friendly. I worked with one girl. Oh, was she? I'm pretty sure she's Philippines. When I first worked in the ship, we did like 2 weeks of cruises that were free. So all of the guests not to pay to be there. They were like travel agents and stuff. It was like for a marketing reason. I don't know if I said this story last time. I'm going to be repeating myself, but yeah, we're working on the pool bar, and everyone was kicking the ass with drinks for free, and they're all like, you couldn't walk past them. They would ask you 6 coffees, maybe like Kahlua cup. Everyone wanted something, or they would just keep getting more and more cocktails and shots and cocktails and shots. These kept going on and on, and then these guys asked me for a mojito, and I pick up the Bacardi to make the mojito, and then she stops my hand and goes to take the Ray Nephew. The Ray Nephew rum. So really strong. Oh no, it's the other way around. She went to take the Ray Nephew rum, and she wasn't a bartender. She was bar server. Like, I went to stop her hand. I would know it's the Bacardi. And then she goes, "You put them to sleep." And then she gets the red nephew, so she mixed the car. I said, okay. So she mixed the mojitos with the red nephew. Super strong, this stuff. Within, I don't know how long, maybe 30 minutes or an hour at the most. And I was sitting in cool bar the whole way around. All of the people were all just sitting like this. She knocked them all out. And I thought, my genius little girl. She's obviously done these kind of things before. And she knew what it was like. Where they're mental, free stuff, free bar for everyone on the ship. I call it the depot. Is mental. And she knew how to handle it. But yeah, really, really smiley and pleasant and nice people. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's stupid. And
I haven't met her. No one's given me strong cocktails.
No.
Yeah.
The Philippine staff, I think they do it anyway to be kind as well. But so you're in the Philippines, and where was the other place you were in?
Brazil.
How was Brazil?
Wonderful.
Well, I've never been.
Amazing.
Johannesburg. Nice callback. Yeah. So, what do you like about Brazil?
Just very sunny, very happy place.
I seen your. Sorry, I seen your clip actually. You said in Brazil. Was this Brazil? You said everyone likes nice.
Oh, it was about. I was talking about donkeys.
I know.
Wild donkeys.
I know. I said so. This was the joke. It's busy and it's just like stop the donkey.
That was
a joke. But it was a good joke. It was well put together. Well done. It was an amazing joke.
Yeah, it's wild. They have wild donkeys there.
Oh.
On the beach, like literally.
Well, they're just walking around.
Yeah. They're very cute and very nice.
And you can go over to them and stuff.
Yeah.
They'll try and bite you, but they're
no. They're very they like people. Very weird. But
okay.
Yeah, it's a thing.
No, I didn't know there's such a thing as wild donkeys. But I guess in some countries to be wild of anything.
I think they were initially domesticated donkeys, and now they're wild. Yeah.
But then I wonder why you would domesticate a donkey, because you don't milk the donkey, do you?
To carry things like.
Oh, they carry stuff. Okay, I was in Jordan a few years ago, and I remember that I felt really sorry for the donkeys. Really nice place, and Jordan's amazing, and the people were amazing as well. But the way they treated animals was very nice. You know, like you see donkeys that they were using for just looking for tourists and stuff, but you could see the donkeys did not want to do it. And the little horses as well, and you see them all cramming under a rock trying to get some escape from the sunshine. Because they're just a blaze of heat on them all day long, and I felt bad for that kind of place, but whenever you looked after properly. Yeah, so yeah, Stefan and a bunch of these.
Yeah, these donkeys in Brazil, they weren't doing anything. They were
they're just like crazy, just do whatever.
They looked happy to me. I don't know if there's a bad story, it's not happy.
So I wonder if we become vegan in this country, if everyone eventually become it, would cows just be walking around, wild cows?
Not for long. But yeah, maybe.
When there wouldn't be as many because you wouldn't be breeding them. That was always my argument against veganism is these cows get to live to a 5, but they only exist so the newtlings.
Yeah.
So if you could speak cow, you went over to a cow in the community and you said, hey mate, just on level with you, once you turn 5, we're going to kill you. And you said, oh, what the fuck were you doing that for? Then you go, well, what we can do, we got a time machine, we can go back in time and make you never have been born instead, if you'd rather we do that. They'd be like, oh, fuck that, I'm going to enjoy him a lot, and shouting on his own. Then he'd be angry, and he'd be like, oh, well, these vegans, they want us to do that, where you were never born in the first place. Then he would sign up as the first car of the anti-vegan. The cars against vegans.
Do you think?
I think so, because he's not going to want to have not been born, so that was my argument for it. No?
That's interesting. I don't know. It makes my brain explode. I'm not sure.
The idea of what the not exist. There wouldn't really be a
What's
time.
better, not being at all or being and suffering? I'm not sure.
But if they suffer, yes. But my granddad had a farm, and the cows they just walked around, right, eating grass. They wake up on their food. They chill. They're all having fun. I was spending time out there. I was pretty sure I learned how to speak cow. I did.
Can you speak somehow? No.
I did. I realized the one that makes them come to you. I'm not going to right now, but I know it. Any cars out there listening will know that I know. So I would speak to the cars, and they had a good life. And then we would eventually kill them and eat them, but not kill them and eat them ourselves. We'd send them off to be killed. So they're happy. And then the bull especially, you put him in the feed. His job was just to go and shag all those cars. That was his job. right? So if you went to him and said, and he's hanging on these other female tar, if you say, "I'll admit, sorry, but we're gonna go back, but you were never foreign," he said, "What?" You know, so that's my defense against they can listen.
Well, I can believe that the bull is having a good time. Yeah.
You don't think the cars are? And they wake up to this there?
I'm not sure. They have to be like constantly pregnant and we take their babies away. I don't know. Can get it.
You see, we used to have the milking car. I don't think that one used to pregnant. It's milk her every morning. And then chickens as well. They wouldn't get a chance to live. They just get to hang out with their buddies all day. No jobs or anything. No, and then you're going like, sorry, we're not going to let you live in the first place.
Yeah.
Everything deserves a chance to get, eh? Life's a nice thing. So another, we gotta wrap up here in a second. I can see me all the stews. That's time to wrap up.
Clues. I didn't see it.
No. Is there anything you'd like to plug before we go, Valeria?
Oh, you forgot me.
No, Valeria Vulpe.
That's right. Yeah. Well, just my Instagram page where I post
Instagram page right here. What's your Instagram handle?
Val Vulpe, so that's VAL.VULPE. And that's why I post about my shows and wherever else.
Yeah, or your travels and stuff.
Yeah.
There you go. So check out Val.Vulpe.
That's it.
That's it. Yep, that's the one.
And Moldova, of course. Come visit Moldova.
Come visit Moldova. More people going out than in, so we need to guess
be
over there.
different.
Is there?
Come to Moldova.
Okay, so now we're going to go to the kitchen. We're going to cook this amazing burger that Valeria has come up with. It's so exclusive, it doesn't even have a name yet. That's how exclusive it is. But it's going to be a fantastic burger. So we're going to make our way to the kitchen. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon.